It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo touchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Passing with
Hello there.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is brunch time with Mayegun. Still reviewing what is going on in Benue, and then Tinubu's visit. Something that I want your attention on, by the way. You may think after Bukwari, Ruga was gone. I don't think so. This is brunch time and it is an open mic, meaning you can phone in right away, right? I will start first. Share this broadcast.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, we like lórí YouTube, and yes, we like Baba Bewure, and yes, we like DJ Ibadiye, and yes, we like
Kolu Tinubu that visited Benue. I made it look like he was doing them a favor. As sad as the tragedy is, likes of Tinubu and gang, heartless. Some will say no, they have hearts. It's just cold. You share this. Tinubu asked the governor of Benue State to provide lands for the Fulani terrorists, the murderers. So we will be reviewing that this afternoon. The number to call is right there on your screen. Tell everybody that. Thank you. So good afternoon to you once again. Good morning, good afternoon, and then a good evening to you. So, and you are welcome to the brunch time with Mayegun. So if you are one of us that have been following the development in Benue, and not just Benue, because everybody is talking about Benue now, where over 200 people were slaughtered by the Fulani terrorists. So before Tinubu went there, Tinubu's security chiefs and what have you, they gave him an intel. According to them, their intel is that the cause of the killings was because of communal clashes and the others clash or clashes. A lie that immediately Tinubu entered the town hall they organized for him. He was told to his face that if he believed that, then it's a shame that he is probably given a wrong diagnosis for a wrong symptom and expecting, the problem to go away. But still, when it was the turn of this cretin, Tinubu, he trivialized it. He went back to exact thing that those corrupt uniformed rogues told him. And he said, there is enough land for everyone. So a committee should be set to look for searches for who? For the murderers of Nigerians. So this was Tinubu's offer. So we start from that this afternoon. Just a bit of a flash stuff so that the conversation can have a better context, right? Why I'm coming, So thank you so much once again. If you are just joining us, remember this is the brunch time with Mayegun. Share it.
Thank you. We are going to establish a ranch. Give me land, Governor. Me. Land here to establish a ranch. I will share the profit after you retire. We can shake off the backwardness. Yes, we can. What's key to this? Let us look at our national anthem again. A key item in it is that we want to hand over to the next generation, our children yet unborn, a banner without stain. We must work towards that. And I'm ready to work with you on that. Peace. You can't give us what we needed, such as food sovereignty, if you continue in conflict. I've said it again and again. We are members, as Nigerians, we are members of the same family, living in the same house, but sleeping in different rooms. Hausa, you are a thief, or you are a Idoma, you are Yoruba, you are. We have no choice but to turn this country into a nation of prosperity, unity. Fight our enemies together, not fight each other now. Governor, you get me? The yoke is on you. That's part of the problem of leadership. There's nothing. You run around, take your lantern or torchlight when there's no electricity. Move around to see those leaders. Join them. Ask them questions. To join you and find solutions.
There is more from all of that, but picking his own word, one by one, will tell you that they do not have any solution to the killings in northern part of Nigeria, in the middlebelt part of Nigeria, and in fact in all over Nigeria. So Tinubu and his gang are now on the side of the terrorist, just the same way Bokuwari was. Just a bit of throwback. When these Fulani terrorists started killing Nigerians, yeah? And the Nigerians were like ready to go after them. Bokuwari's government came and they said, initially when they started killing Nigerians, Bokuwari's government said they were not Nigerians. So people were like, why would people who are not Nigerians be doing this killing so freely in Nigeria? Then people were like, okay, you know what? Then people should defend themselves. No, don't defend yourselves. They are Fulanis. So we found a solution. What's the solution? If you can give them your land, they won't kill you anymore. And it is absurd, right? If you want to go into livestock business, do you understand, this day and time, you don't go about and say, because it is your way of life, other people whose ways of life is not to encroach on people's properties or lay claim to them. And then you say, well, if there must be peace, if you want peace, you must give us what we want. Now you would expect your own government to say, no, this is criminal. If somebody wants to start a spare part business in Nigeria, I have never heard anywhere that people wanted to start a spare part business in Nigeria, that they just grouped themselves, armed themselves, and they started shooting and killing people in other part of Nigeria. And their basic demand is, we just want land. Give us land so that... And then the option that the government have is to say, you know what? We will get the land for you. Wherever you want, okay? We'll get the land. We'll build it for you. We'll build you your spare part shops. We'll put spare parts, everything inside it, all right? So that you can stop killing these people. That's the solution that they offer to the Fulanis. And livestock is a business, right? But no, they want us to believe that, it is a lifestyle of the Fulanis. So the government of Bokuwari now said, well, there was a time that Nigeria had a grazing route. Grazing route where cows move from northern Nigeria down to the southern part of Nigeria, like on whose land? You get what I mean now? So when that didn't work, they came back with Ruga. Ruga there, I think they say Ruga is a Hausa word for settlement or something. But meanwhile, Pastor Ruga Ikene Shatabandu was the one who led the abracadabra then, trying to dupe and then steal people's lands. These terrorists have not been punished though, apprehended and tried and punished though. But the entire peace, for peace to reign, the entire peace condition is placed on the victims. Says they are basically saying, well, if the victims, if they want peace, then they should subscribe to the demand of the terrorists. Even when many people have said these killings are not because of cows. I mean, it is not like these people killed cows and then Fulani terrorists came and, you know what I mean? No. There is no cow involved, but bicycles, like bikes. That the terrorists who are armed on bikes, right, with sophisticated weapons, they came to attack. They are not clashing with anybody. Tinubu still insisted that for peace to reign. So they know all they wanted is land. So, but whose land is going to pacify these murderers? Whose land in Benue State? If you are from Benue State, watching this, I know you possibly know better. When I say know better, you know what are the odds against you? Because those who are supposed to probably like defend your interest, protect you, they are on the side of the terrorist. So he's speaking so like fancifully, right, about how to set up ranches. So whose money are they going to use to set up the ranches? Ado Aleru, the terrorist that was in peace talk with the Nigerian army few days ago, Ado Aleru, he has no cow. He is a Fulani terrorist. He has no cows. It's not like, he's moving his cow, or something happened, they stole his cow. That is why, you know what I mean? He's doing a full-time kidnapping job. The government of Nigeria knows that. But his victims are the ones who have to make peace. And if they say no, like under Bokwari, they say, when the Benue people said no to Ruga, Bokwari and his government told the Benue people that there's nothing they can do. Meaning, whatever you see, just take it. Baba, for straight 5 years, Benue, was like a slaughterhouse for these terrorists. Not a single one. No. So then they came back again. They said, you know what? Maybe we should change the law and then, set up a bill that will become law. We'll call it waterway bill. What are the Fulanis looking for? They are looking for water. They are looking for green land to feed their cows and to give their cows water. So waterway bills. Everywhere there is water in Nigeria, river, ocean, even if na stream that passes your area, it will be owned by the Fulani government of Nigeria, then under Bokwari. So that stream within your village, if na that stream, they decided that, you know what, let's resettle some certain Fulanis from God knows where, right here. So they wanted law that will give them 10 miles. Do you know how much is 10 miles? How far is 10 miles? 10 miles from the river bank. That any land, if the river, right? Any land from here to the next 10 miles belong to the federal government of Nigeria. Waterway bill. It got shut down though. The intention then was that once they bring them close, all of them within that area, you'll be displaced and, everybody pushed away. Then they will bring these terrorists in. They will create their own local government for them in that place, very close to water. So this time, this is not them dipping their bloody sword in the river, in your ocean in the south. This is just them coming, packing, because government was going to do it for them. People saw through that and resisted. Listen, the politicians are those who make this problem what it is right now. First, when they imported these terrorists for power grab in 2015, right? Then, whatever they promised them, because there are evidence where Fulani terrorists said they didn't know anything about terrorism. It's the government that was giving them gun. I have the video. We don't know anything about, this was under Bokwari. We don't know anything about guns. We were just cow herders and all of that. But when they killed our cows, government gave us guns. So all these things, they were given to us by government. So if the government gives us a place where we can rear our cows, blah, 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 then they can take our guns. I have the video. Before the end of this program, I'll share it with you. Now, that is what Nigeria is under Boko Haram, or was under Boko Haram, and that is what Nigeria still is. So thiefnubu pledged to build ranches for Fulani terrorists in the troubled areas. You get that now? Fulani terrorists who have no cows, but on bikes and with sophisticated weapons. As they are killing civilians, they are killing uniformed men, military, all of them. Now, these terrorists are on the top agenda of APC, Egbekegbe. So, Boko Haram that couldn't get grazing routes, that couldn't get Ruga, that couldn't get waterway bills, that could not bring all these murderous Fulani terrorists closer to their victims in 8 years. Is probably right now picking his teeth, looking at thiefnubu, who within a year, thiefnubu set up the Ministry of Livestock because of this Fulani terrorist. Ministry of Livestock. They said it's for peace. They gave them minister, right? So the minister's job is that he will build ranches for terrorists. These Fulani terrorists. These are not Fulani others. So nobody said the Fulani, those ones with cows. Those ones don't even know what's going on. Because those are not majorly those ones who are killing people per se. You see those ones that kill people, like for real. They come on bikes. You've seen their videos. Hundreds of bikes, motorcycles. So those are the ones that this criminal APC, Egbekegbe, which, by the way, have been spending billions, hundreds of billions of your money in rehabilitating terrorists that killed over 300,000 Nigerians in 12 years. And there is not a single one of them standing trial for any of that. Terrorists that killed over 300,000 Nigerians are being rehabilitated. And they are being readmitted into the Nigerian army. This same APC, Egbekegbe. So if you can see the pattern, well, we are talking about Benue now. The next place we'll be talking about may actually be your village. Because the same MO, modus operandi, modes of operation, the same MO, attack them, kill them, then demand for peace. The peace that is from the position of, weakness, so to say. Say, oh yeah, demand for peace. What's the ingredient for peace? Give us your land. Call.
Not everybody will like you in politics. They hate me like hell, too. Right? Well, I'm here. I am the president. Another democratic regime. I made a promise. I even protected my abusers and accusers with the principle of democracy, freedom, and prosperity. I will protect them. Abuse me all you want. The value of life, human life, is greater than that of a cow. And it's only when you open the door for conflict that political enemy will come in. Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed. Have you just... No matter what I do, they will still abuse me. Yeah. I read paper every time and listen to television whenever I have time. Just I watch who are abusing me and what type of abuse. I learn lesson from some of the critical ones too. Because I can't see it all. And it's from the mouth of my critics that I will, oh, okay, that is what you do. I'm the president. I'll go and do it. I will preempt you. So you are a failure. You just spoke. Me, I'm a performer. Is to equally find a channel, a radio station for Benue, work with them, so that we keep talking to each other about tolerance, the capacity to build our family as one single family. I salute those who have governed this state before, and particularly my friend, George Akume. We didn't have to come. We received a lot of yams and food stuff from him. Not dead bodies. Let us please find a way to form a committee of elders here that committee to comprise those who had governed this state before, including Atom Pera, to be the committee to really find a permanent accommodation. I'm glad how come no arrest has been made? I expect there should be arrests of those criminals.
Right. Thiefnubu. This is just like picking his words, like I said before, right? He said, we didn't have to come. No, don't worry. That is because of the audio of the video. It's my own audio breaking. Let me take a look. 1 sec. Anyway, it shouldn't be. No, don't spam it, right? If you are the only person feeling it, all right, don't spam the comment section there. Bulapenga, I've seen your comment, so, all right. So you may need to check your own audio as well. You know, but thank you though. If anybody else is facing the audio breaking and all that, right? You may need to come out of the video and go back in. Anyway, Kalu, in his words, he said, we didn't have to come. Meanwhile, in that same breath, Thiefnubu said, people abuse him. They abuse me, they hate me like hell. But I am the president. I said, I will go there and do my job. Then when he got there, he looked straight to the people and he told them to set up committee. Hang on, he said, we didn't have to come. Right? Looking at Akume, the secretary to the government of Nigeria, or to the government of Tinubu. Akume is from there. And he has been fingered as one of those behind the sponsor of the Fulani terrorists in Benue State and their attacks. Not that he actually lead them and say, yeah, come. No. You know, the power to make sure that as many military formation can be found in Benue, right? In very close distance, okay? Or close proximity to themselves, right? The terrorists carried out the attacks that lasted hours and the military didn't show up. I think maybe some of them in that Benue, they were busy doing this, courtesy of Akume. My theory.
Tomorrow now, I will say we know they do work for Benue. We know they do work for Benue. This is what we there now. Where we there? What we they do? Alpha, tell them. We go plant cassava. Na cassava come plant. Oh yeah, tell them what we they do. Now the papa house with this. No. You see Amba? I go check my rice for that place. For my farm, I go check them. Bro, I don't know what's in the apple. We they try our best for Benue. You understand?
You see that? The soldiers who are supposed to actually face the terrorists, they have been compromised from within, and some of them are either working as a private guard for some private properties or private individuals, or they are just there farming. So when people said they are calling for help, and there was no one, no military. So Akume is to form a committee, the committee that will now look for land for the Fulani terrorists so that they can stop killing people in Benue. So my own question is, whose land? This guy, if you understand Hausa very well, can you please tell me what this guy is saying?
Idan ba gwamnati ta daure man wanda yake cikin daji ya ta'addanci ba Allah ubangiji ya tsine man Allah dauki rayuwa ta a wurin nan. Bahilla ce saniya aka san shi da ita sai noma. Saniya ba ta haihuwa bindiga AK 47. Bahilla ce bai da makera da zai kera bindiga AK 47. Gwamnati ke turowa har muka samu. Mu kuma wallahi dalilin da yasa billahi lazi shekara na 7 ina makarantar allo. Amma lokacin da na dawo na tsinci kaina a cikin wannan abun wallahi ina mamaki kullun ina tunanin rayuwata. Saboda mahaifa na akalla a kasar dan banga da so.
One of the Fulani terrorists, that their job was to herd cows, animals. They don't know anything about guns. They didn't know anything about guns until a few years back. And that was when APC, Egbekegbe, of course, yeah? They were supplying them guns. In some cases, they allowed them to carry out attacks on military base to loot the armory and cut away the weapons. Most of these things, people have, they have pointed them out many, many times in the past. Yeah? But it is the victims that must bear the brunt. The victims must learn how to live in peace. The victims must learn how to accommodate. They must accommodate their own killers. Make it make sense. Somebody came on to tell us that, well, everybody's talking about Benue. Do you even know what it is like? That 17,000 people has been reported to have been killed directly by this Fulani terrorist. Terrorist too. In the last 2 years on that thiefnubu. When in actual fact, the overall figure across the country, they said over 600,000 Nigerians lost their lives. In a year, 1 year, under this Kolu as well. It is the harvest of death, left, right, and center. And you could see them. You see, Yabi? Here is that guy.
All right. Put it in context, and this is not in any way minimizing the very gory.
His intention is to minimize it. Do you get me now? But we'll come to that. Because he tried to actually like infuse this, Borno and others into it. Because according to him, there are other places that should be getting more attention than this Benue, but without limiting it, according to him. Listen.
All right. Put it in context, and this is not in any way minimizing the very gory things that have come out of Benue State. Benue State sits currently at number 5 in terms of the fatality rate in Nigeria.
Right.
4 other states have experienced more deaths.
Worse.
And just to give you a context, what we did is to look at the period during which the current president has been presiding over the affairs of the country. That's May 2023 to May 2025. Borno State is at the top, and about 3,800 people have been killed within that.
In 2 years?
Within that
That's
two
extraordinary.
years. Yeah. Benue State is at about 1,098 persons. So just to give you an example of where we are, places like Katsina, Zamfara, come before Benue. In terms of numbers, for the entire 36 states, we're looking at about 17,000 people within those
in 2 years.
In 17,000.
And that's as a result of insecurity.
Insecurity.
Oh,
And that's why it's important that we keep tabs of this development,
very
recorded, so that we understand. We also looked at the Buhari era, the two last years of the Buhari era, and sadly, it's a little bit above the 17,000 that I've mentioned. So depending on how you are looking at it, we're making very little progress.
Yes.
But then it's still worrisome that 17,000 people have been killed within.
It's a bloodbath.
It is a bloodbath, and Benue State, of course, is at the top of our concerns at the moment. The media is discussing it for very obvious reasons. There is perhaps a religious dimension to it. There is a political dimension to it. There is an environmental dimension to it. And then, of course, the security governance dimension to it.
Now, is there an ethnic dimension?
No, we haven't really seen an ethnic dimension, apart from the perpetrators. Now, the general belief is that it's been perpetrated by a Hada militia. And that's just one component of the threat elements within Benue State. There are other ethnic militias. There are the Jukun ethnic militias, there are the Thief ethnic militias, and then there are criminal gangs, gangs that are just being, criminalistic for the sake of criminal, then cult groups. So all of this we've recorded, and we know they are active. But what makes the lethality as bad as it is in Benue State is the involvement of politicians. They are able to trigger and use all of these threat elements that I've mentioned as at when they want. And because there is a political division in Benue State at the moment, I think it's out there, everybody knows this, between the state governor and the SGF, and then more importantly, between the immediate past governor and then the incumbent governor. So all of these dynamics are at play at the moment, and that is why we're seeing the lethality of what we're seeing.
Individuals on their TV station sort of like a theory that is not related to, I'll tell you something. Okay. Joyce. Fulani are invading communities and taking their lands where they can, and in other places, the same political class to push their agenda that peace to reign, people must part with their land. Let's deal with that. It is not communal clash. It's not Jokun and TV fighting that led to 200 people killed, women, children. No. The point of conversation right now is that who are those responsible for these killings and what has happened to them? Not, oh, we have cultists, we have communities fighting themselves, we have these people and that. That is not the point. But they love doing it. They push that narrative. They will tell you that, yeah, things are not like about still, you know. It's just to get you confused. Because at the end of the day, you say, okay, you know what? How many of these people have you actually brought to justice for what you think they are responsible for? None. Because to point fingers, to push the buck and push the blame and the rest of that is so convenient. Even for those who are supposed to be responsible for taking care of that problem, they push it. Theories of lies, because the intention is not to resolve the problem. If you want to solve a problem, everybody will get to know that, oh yeah, they're trying to solve the problem. Let me show you something. Sorry, pardon me. The Christian community in Benue State were seen this morning doing what they call the prayer walk. So I'm coming back. So there is a clip I'm trying to bring on as well. I want to share with you, so you can see the character I am talking about. So if people who are meant to be responsible for the people's protection and all of that stuff are on the side of terrorists, Baba, there's something that tells you, or the way you should actually look at those guys normally. These are people you can't actually really trust. I don't think you want to. So when you are writing down the reasons why these people must not go unpunished for all the atrocities they've committed against the people of Nigeria, the indigenous people of that place, you can write this down as well. It is an unforgivable one. When those you pay so much act and does everything on behalf of the terrorists who have sworn to wipe you off. Do you get what I mean? But there's something I want to share then again. One sec. Here. Where is that? Okay, I think I found it. The first one is about this young man. I intentionally bring his story back, okay? He's been everywhere on TikTok and all these places, lamenting and obviously exposing the rot and what an average soldier faces under these guys. So this is another reason why you get to see that there is no intention of ending the terrorism. They are just sending people to the meat grinder, and at the same time using that to blackmail the people. Give us your land. Who are they giving the land to? Go. Who are those who own the ranches? Then you realize that they are the same politicians, the military generals, at the end of the day. Yeah? And after taking the land, they will need to take more. Because even the terrorists, they themselves won't put the terrorists in any of those ranches. Because the terrorists don't know anything about ranching. They are terrorists, armed.
Major General Hilary Izan, commanding officer for Special Forces Command, Nasarawa State. This message now for you. I see how una take the Gambo soldiers for inside the Nigerian army, and I lost interest and I decided to apply for a voluntary discharge, and you no agree acknowledge the application, you no agree do anything, you no agree forward the paper. But I made a video concerning Major General A.E. Abaka. I accuse him for the aiding of Fulani killing the people in Plateau State, and the video went viral, and he went ahead to support and he declared me wanted. I came to tell you, your own doom is coming. Now maybe this. Excellence Corporal Festus IG is my name. This message is not for you, Major General Hilary Izan. Why am I mentioning Major General? Hilary Izan, I say this message is not for you. You put hand, you declare me wanted, but I put paper, voluntary. You refuse to acknowledge them. But it don't reach when I don't they call you out. You support, you write, may they declare me wanted. The reason why they made this video today, Nigerians, if anything happened to me in this country where we dey, may they hold this Major General responsible. Because this Major General you see is a green snake under the green grass. They have been swallowing soldiers. Since he has been a commanding officer, they have been killing soldiers. These officers, they have been killing soldiers. He's a Major General, but I am not going to recommend it as a Major General. It's a rebellion to soldiers. They have been pointing soldiers' lives to nothing, to death. This man when you see for here, so if anything happened to me today, may una hold this man responsible. He's from Calabar. Major General Hilary Izan, you are a criminal. You are a criminal commander. Now I will bring you out. The Special Forces allowance of soldiers inside that domain. For Special Forces Commander several states. Where the money una dey share that money. Time go come back. I go sue army. Army go hold you responsible because I arrive voluntary discharge. You know, agree approve am. Then I go. The thing pay me. So una not they want to approve people when they arrive for voluntary. Because una know say if una approve them, they have something to say. You struck my own, you hide my own application. But you went ahead to write. You support them and you declare me wanted. You criminal general, you declare me wanted. So you don't forget say you declare me wanted. You don't forget say you are a criminal. Now soldier money you take go build school for Calabar. You get man, you declare me wanted. I go tell you say that man when you get there, you smart. I go tell Nigeria what you people are capable of. This is the #1 Major General in the Nigerian army among the Major General in the Nigerian army, when they kill soldiers to enrich their pocket. They are the bad leaders that is falling the pillars of the Nigerian army down to the drain. This is one of the officers. Hilary Izan is a criminal. Money when they enter inside Nasarawa, inside that first Special Forces Command, it passed billions of naira. Now this one, now in the chopper, they collide together in with Major General MG Ali. Now then they chop the money. Calculate, we have over 3,000 personnel for Special Forces Command Nasarawa State, and the Special Forces allowance is coming to Dabara as an operation ground. This general, now then they chop him. They don't get how they want to hide that book. They don't get how they want to hide that payroll of that Special Forces. When they are young, you know, go to open. Now me tell you now today in Nigeria, I accuse this man. The money when they enter Doma, soldier money for inside Doma, and they chop them. And they open operation white stroke. Soldiers are not feeding well. And the issue they come in table that they are not paying soldier. This man not do anything because the life of soldier is nothing to them. They don't love soldier. They don't care about soldier. Soldier is a slave to them. That is why you see when they brought any issue, when soldier bring any issue of non-payment, they will say they will look into the matter. But when the soldier don't go, so don't mind, he's a useless soldier. He want to bring that Lieutenant Colonel out. Don't mind him. He said that is why. Hilary, let me tell you something. You said that at the first internal trial. You will tell me the eternal trial. I was the one who made the video concerning poor salary of a soldier. And later you call a dobber. You say soldier should say something. You hear that say in that operation White Stroke, soldier they know they pay them. They know they pay them their operation allowance. They know they pay them anything. You call the dobber and soldier don't talk finish. After the soldier don't talk finish down, expecting that you are going to address the issue. You start facing the soldier, they blood, they say, soldier, they are very stupid. And that one said, they are not paying feeding allowance. The feeding is not good. This and this. Is it not what they provide? Is it not what the government provide that they used to feed them? Is a very, you not resolve any issue. Instead, you start insulting soldier, you start insulting their mother at home. Remember that you are using soldier money to build school in Calabar. I did that, I thought they look you. I not talk. Because what I want to talk, it go affect you now. I see say some senior, some NCO, the time say not talk. Because they don't say what I want to talk, it go move you. Then you come open and say one person make a video, and the person now, they are coming for him, so they are coming. Now me make the video, I not talk bad. Now I talk about the welfare of a soldier. Now welfare of a soldier, now all the whole general in the army, they enrich themselves and their family. They maltreat, no feeding. Just check this one now. Food when people they talk, people children they talk no meat. In a whole full month, you they kick cow for 500.
I mean, if you are a soldier watching that, you probably just sit there and be like, he's not lying, bro. He's saying the truth. But at what cost? At what cost to his freedom? You know, a lot of people will say, oh, I just pity you. You will see a lot of them, soldiers in Nigerian army. Everything that guy said, there is not a single lie in it. It is a rotten institution. It has become so rotten that these guys, unpatriotically, shamelessly, they boldly are recruiting terrorists into the Nigerian army to mix up with their own soldiers. You hear that Nigeria is spending over 5 trillion naira on defense. But an average soldier in Nigeria is being paid 70,000 naira. And he's also being paid, listen to this, he's being paid, what do you call it? 150 naira hardship allowance every day. 150 naira. Is it even up to 150 naira? I think they just increased it to 150 naira or something. Then you will see these guys, call them the service chiefs. They will be working with walking stick. It's like a fashion for them. They say it's a military fashion. Pot-bellied. Rogues. Who have never actually fought any war in their lives. Right? Sending people's children to the meat grinder. You know? And then they will turn around. Oh, hang on. I wanted to show you a video. Look at this video. Right, I'm sorry there is no audio on it, okay, but let me tell you. You see this guy, you see the guy on the left? The immediate rubber stamp Lawan. Mind you, they were all in Benue State, they were all in Makurdi, they followed thiefnubu to Makurdi. All right? So it was a rubber stamp Lawan, the guy that moved a motion to legalize the fraud that Bukwari committed. You see, Bukwari printed money, 27.5 trillion naira. He broke the law. He didn't get the National Assembly approval. He did all of that on his own. To save his head, they mobilized $150 million from that money. right? To pay the lawmakers, the National Assembly senators, the 360 House of Representative members. So Bajabia Miller, that they gave 25 or so million naira, $1 million, ended up paying peanuts. I think he gave $10,000 to the House of the Rep member, gave them $3.something million, and he died the rest. He didn't return back to the National Assembly until Tinubu came back in. That was Lawa. So last minute, they all voted and said, Bokuwari, that means Bokuwari got the approval. So they backdated. Can you believe that? They backdated it. They said, okay, Bokuwari got the approval for all of that money. So he probably wouldn't have to answer any question. It was the Bokuwari's camp's anointed candidate, by the way, in the APC back then. So he was running for president because they assured him that he was the Malamu and Co's candidate and Bokuwari's candidate. So when things went south, he went back on to drag the person that won the senatorial seat, his own senatorial seat. And the Supreme Court of Nigeria said, indeed, he is the rightful candidate. That's part of some other infractions that your judiciary committed, apart from thiefnubu, the drug you. Sure you get now, that number one guy. Now, who is the guy in the middle? Middle is Patawale. Now, Patawale, a terrorist sponsor, his own successor in Zamfara, said the influx of terrorists into Zamfara were orchestrated by this guy, or should I say, was sort of like legalized by this guy. Because every past governor of Zamfara is a criminal, no doubt. Starting from the one that, you know, started Sharia in his state, but he's a pure crook, down to the current one in that same Zamfara. But, however, Patawale was voted out because they said some of the illegal mining, or illegal mines going on in Zamfara state, they are between himself and Yari, what is that guy's name? Yari, the one before him, right? So you see that guy in the middle is thiefnubu's Minister of Defense for states. So imagine making a terrorist sponsor your Minister of Defense and you are expecting peace. No. Then you saw that they all went there to go and mourn the people killed by the Fulani terrorists in Makurdi. But did you see the drip? He barely lives in Nigeria, by the way. Since he became governor, right? If he's not living in Abuja, he will be in the US with his 2 or 3 wives. His wives lives in the US. Do you understand? So the guy is just like, you know, so the last time he went to his own state to talk to his people, he actually blamed them for whatever they are facing in his state. He said they voted him out, they wanted someone else, so whatever they are getting right now, they should face it, forgetting that he is a Minister of Defense. Those are the characters. Now the last one. Badru is from Jigawa. So there is an evidence of himself, right? A total crook, an original criminal. And you know, they say that if you are not a criminal, you can't really walk around thiefnubu because it has to be a criteria if you want to be around him, right? So whenever they tell us to accept our killers, or they call them hunters, or find any other name to describe them just to downplay, you know, the seriousness of what they are doing, just remind them what life is and how they are flaunting this, their supposed state-backed kind of oppression, so to say, state-backed terrorism. You know, on TikTok, you will see them, they will display their ransom that they collected from people with no remorse.
Papa, what else share them with? Share them with? Share them out. Mukumade. Murukumade. Even papa, Koshoda that way.
See what thing cow they do for person farm. See what thing Fulani people they do for person. More than see now. You know good now. See how the women they cry. See what thing Fulani they do. This one are for LMO. For LMO. This one are for LMO. For Alisa, see what the cow they do. See what thing Fulani people they do.
That's what life is. So their children are with them. Like I said, most of these terrorists, right? When they kill their victims or they ransack a village, some of them actually bring their families down there. I remember Yima telling us something similar yesterday. So bring their families there and they start living there with no fear of, okay, maybe government will come or anything will happen like that. They flaunt the ransoms they collect from Nigerians like every now and then. While the ones still with the cows are still committing their own atrocities too, you know? Nigeria. I'm coming. I'll be right back. There's a video I want to put up and I'm going to come back and share that with you, okay? So don't go anywhere.
Jay. Help us, oh. Help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh. Today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No.
Now take a look at this video. Just so you know that if people tell you, I mean, don't say it as don't call it a conspiracy theory, right? So when people tell you that there is so much evidence in the open to show the complicity of your authority in Nigeria in protecting these terrorists, it's not coming from nowhere. It's just that some people just choose not to want to see it. And there are many others who prefer to be led by their noses, right? Terrorists.
Yanzu mai suna wannan giyan da kake sha kullu. Me sunan shi? Allah ya. Tauje. Me sunan giyan kullu? Ijo. Ijo? Akwai daɗi. Mu zuwa. Mu.
You get? Anyway, the conversation this afternoon is right there on the screen. I've laid all I have before you. The line is opened. I'm so sorry that I've not looked at the phone all this while, right? So we can have your own personal contribution from this point, okay? So I'll keep the line open. Lady Raj, that is my lady on TikTok. Everyone on TikTok, right? It's good to have you as well, okay? So thank you so much, everyone. One sec. Let me actually really get that up. Right. So yeah, I am also live on TikTok. Not like I've got so many, but it seems that I'm beginning to build a community there too. So among them, like we have Lababs on YouTube. I've got the Durach on TikTok. You know, I've got people all over the place, and maybe 1, 2, 3, I can possibly build a community there. So please follow me on TikTok as well, and also on Twitter or X. Okay. So whose land is thiefnubu offering the Fulanis? Because if some of you feels like since Bokuwari is gone, then this issue of land that Fulanis are demanding is also gone. You are wrong, go. And I will keep saying this again. I've said this many times, and I'm going to say it again. We have at least 5 to 6 states that are Fulani sort of states in Nigeria. When I say Fulani, they have governors who are Fulanis or mixed Fulanis, whatever. So if anybody should love the Fulanis, it should be the Fulanis that loves themselves more. The land distribution in Nigeria, which the chunk of it is in the middle belt of Nigeria. Do you know that middle belt of Nigeria is the biggest part of Nigeria, by the way? When we say middle belt, we are talking about these, people in the middle. That's the biggest part of Nigeria. No wonder this Fulani terrorist sponsor, they are politician. They have no idea on how to actually really, build something. Rather, they would rather go to where they don't have to. It's there. What do I mean by that? You have northern states in Nigeria where they have Sharia this, they have Islamic that. They are so much like they have Fulani governors. And I have not seen a single one, just one of them, actually build to build the template of what kind of ranch they want to build for these terrorists. For their own people. If this is about finding land for Fulanis to build ranches as solution. So we should be having ranches in Sokoto right now. And I'm talking about ranches built specifically for this reason. Because according to them, they want to build ranches for Fulani terrorists. So that when they build ranches for Fulani terrorists, they will build schools for their children too. They will build homes in that ranch so that they will be able to have homes. They will give them there's nothing these politicians have not promised them openly. But there is not a single one of them that has started a project and say, well, I have started constructing these Ruga settlements for the Fulanis. In fact, we have already completed the irrigation system, whereby we will revive the desert at Binko. We will revive all these places and make it greener for these cows, if this is about cow. But it is not about cow. It is about ethnic, tribal cleansing. It's about getting rid of you, that nobody will lay claim to those lands anymore. And in 50 years' time, in 100 years' time, right, they will just say their ancestors are the owners of the place. And by then, it will be too late, because the war that they are telling you that don't fight now, you would have to fight the war then. Because by then, they will have local government next to you. They will have their own senators. They will have their own reps. They will have their own local government chairmen. And before you know it, they will rule your state. Enough that if it's about progress now, it won't be anything bad. But can we point to any state being ruled by the Fulani in Nigeria and say, oh, this is a template, and this is the reason why it's not bad if you allow them to kill you first. Sorry, it's not allowed. It's not bad if you give them your land, even though we allow them to kill you first. Prince Jejeman.
Sir, my good general.
Hello there, the prince.
The Tucano Mai.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Well, I am here. Always.
Happy to speak with you.
I got your
after a long
message
time.
where you said, you've missed that time that we have our chat in the evening and all that. I missed that.
Honestly.
Or it's just temporary.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I beg, make it be temporal.
Prince,
Baba.
we are back at it again, Prince Jejeman. We are back again. Thiefnubu is now asking, in his usual nonchalant way, right? Telling people that there is enough land for everyone. So whose land is for everyone?
My ego is Prince. Quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate, but we are getting somewhere. Because everything that has a beginning has an ending. Okay, that's why in some cases we put our emotion aside, put the sentiment aside, and take a strong heart to follow the issues. Personally, I'm in a state of mourning because for about 300 people to be killed in a day is not a joke.
No.
These people that are killed in Benue, it could be in my village. It can happen in my village.
It can be anywhere, man.
I'm imagining it happening in my village. It's happening in Benue today. It's people that are not from them and think that this thing is for them, it's for some area.
It concern me. It reach my side.
Exactly that Nigerian attitude. But my brother, this thing that we saw in Benue can happen all over Nigeria at once. This thing you see in Benue, Mayegu, they are testing ground, they are testing water to know the reactions of Nigerians. You understand? And when we Nigerians keep on behaving the way they are behaving, concern me. Some are being comedy skits, laughing, gathering for comedy show, laughing.
Yeah.
Why death is all around them? Because these people are everywhere, Mayegu. They are everywhere. Fulani harassment terrorists is all over Nigeria. Do you understand?
I do with you.
There's no village they are not as we speak. So, Mayegu, it's high time when it's happening in Benue, people in Anambra should be concerned. People in Ogbomosho should be concerned.
That's right.
They should see it as their people, their blood person is being killed. And that is the only way we can start to react to all these things. Because the truth, Mayegu, you show something now that the APC government, the vampire government, the people that brought death to Nigeria,
they did.
They have not finished what they started. Tinubu, that nobody knows his identity. Sometimes the Guinean passport was shown of him. When he went to school, nobody knows, both home and abroad. No beginning, no ending.
Person will enter school.
Person will
enter school as a girl, graduated as a boy.
Mayegu. Impersonating all his ways, he was impersonating. Criminality,
it's
all the ways.
All his way no pure. Fortunately, man.
So Mayegu, I have an advice to everyone in Nigeria. Everybody should wake up, and everybody should create a strategy for their communities. I heard the guy who was from that village, who was had an interview with one lady on one channel.
Yeah.
The guy said that the operation was guided by 7 soldiers who are from Fulani ethnic background. They are the ones that organized them. They are the ones that facilitated the attack. One of them was
Lebab says that the land has already been sold. But to who now? Now, who collected money? What is the agreement? They should just tell us now so that everybody can be ready and say, well, you know what? There's no point in doing the Delulu one Nigeria.
Mayegu, I have a solution for everyone listening to us. If you are staying abroad, most of our people have run away, escaped, not that they travel abroad. If you are staying abroad and God is blessing you, there is need to support people who are back home. First of all, I was talking about that guy who narrated what happened in his village where they killed over 200 people or 300 in Benue. He said that these people came attacked from 4 fronts, 4 different ways. One section was engaging the military people that came, and some of their vigilantes. Then the three other section was in the village, killing the people as they with a privilege. Are you getting me? This is how they came. So in that case, our people, they should have more than, if they are coming in forefront, you should create up to, if you have to have up to 50 front of security monitoring. Are you getting me? So that you can see all sides. One, camera is very important. Camera is very cheap now. You can be in London, you can be in America, and you monitor a camera which is in Nigeria.
Yes, you can.
You know what technology can do for us. Make sure that you help your people to mount camera. Solar camera is very cheap. 200,000 you can get one. 200,000 both with the mountain. I have some myself. You understand? So you can mount it, and the security people who are minding the village can hide somewhere and watch the camera, see if they are coming from afar, and know the position where they are coming from, and know how to position themselves to
them and all that.
Yes, I know how to
you also need you also need access to enough ammunitions, and you also need people who can use them too. Because in this instance, if you go with all this your cartridge gun and all of that, when they have AK-47, that they could just be like papa like that. So I'm following you though. Go on.
No, my ego, that one is that you have a point there, but we can't talk about that on air. Our people are not foolish.
Right.
Our people are not foolish. You understand? Somebody can come to you with AK-47 and
then you are there
bombs,
with
and you are you are there with then gun. Are you going to hunt elephant? You understand? So that one is not. We are talking about the camera to monitor their movement. If you see any strange movement, people that are not familiar in your community, you talk to yourself. You give signal in time. You understand? Know where that person is coming from, and know where he's going.
They themselves said, like that Frank guy in the US, right? The guy said, in these communities, right, people, they know themselves. They get to know and say, we are hearing that the Fulani terrorists are currently grouping in so areas. So everybody knows. Even without this, you get that, like people do know enough that ahead of time, but the attack still happened.
My ego, the unfortunate thing to let you know that the Nigerian system, APC and the Buhari this thing spirit is still hovering over Nigeria, even though he left, the impostor left after Fulani ruled Nigeria with a dead man. That aside.
Let me take another one, Prince, because of our time as well.
Thank you, Jared.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Prince Jojo Man.
wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o ayé.
There we go. Hello there. Ahmed, right?
Baba.
How are you, Baba?
Wow.
You get my time this evening. They see me for TikTok now. I don't do your area.
You don't do my area.
So, but I don't say it will take time, but I don't mind. Now that I could actually really connect people, so we can start that.
I tell you, I work and of recent, I just had another surgery. I have another one coming up next month.
Oh my God! So how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I've been trying.
You'll be fine, but yeah.
I mean, I'm fine.
So how is the message as well?
We did. Everybody did. We did with the observing the shop.
Go on, Ahmed.
We did with the observing the shop.
You see your former colleagues in Nigerian army and what they are actually having to deal with in the face of all of this.
You see Nigerians, but hypocrisy. Now they kill them go so.
Honestly, psychophancy.
Hypocrisy. The last time you seen this guy Adamu Aleru, you seen police security agency with a terrorist, a wanted terrorist, going about doing the way he wants. But then you have someone like Nnamdi Kanu, they will come on social media, they'll be running their mouths. They are worried about things they are not even supposed to be worried about. Meanwhile, what is killing them is killing them continuously.
Exactly.
Like, how do people even think? I mean, you look at it, look at what your government are doing. With terrorists roaming about with their guns. But then you have the gods to come
These
online.
are not just terrorists. These are the terrorists they declared wanted. Ahmed. Wanted. Other one.
People
so if I mean, Baba, wait. Sorry to cut it short. Imagine say me, I won't come be patriotic Nigerian, right? I can't say they say anybody will help them see a dualero. They will give them $10,000. But me, I don't care about the money. I won't be patriotic Nigerian. I can't call somebody like you, Ahmed, call others. I say, oh, you are expert. Let's go and look for a dualero. Baba, we can't maneuver. They shoot us, do everything. We can't see a dualero, right? We can't grab them. Imagine we can't grab and give them to the military. Because no, we are not really looking for him. You wasted your time. So for just die like that, that's what it is now in that contraption. Right? You as a soldier, what will motivate you looking at them negotiating with terrorists? What will motivate you as a soldier?
You see, me, I don't know. Maybe because me, I don't come out or something. But I don't understand how the rest. But with the kind of mind where I get, even at then, me, I know the dream. Now, waiting make where we say I just pack myself, say, oh yeah, the lawyer, I just get out. You understand? I look and say, how he reached this stage, maybe say soldiers, they look waiting they sup. They look waiting these leaders they do. They no fit do anything. You understand? They no fit make any move. They no fit do anything. And like, when they look, say, see the way these people they support terrorists, see the way that they run, they do anyhow with terrorists. You they will come push you, say me, you go, they look for terrorists, won't fight. Meanwhile, they do negotiation with terrorists. Before sit down, you don't do anything. Baba, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I for don't para since but the Pamidano.
You get
because
like
no go
normal now.
The time mindset, like,
I don't think
work.
this is normal. They kept using. They kept using all this useless word: kinetic, non-kinetic. If you give people amnesty, are they not supposed to also trade something back? Are they not supposed to give you intel that will help you neutralize
people who carry their gun? People who carry their gun, they roam about
in front of soldiers, Baba. In front of soldiers. And the Nigerian army, they are comfortable around. The Nigerian army are not even holding gun. Did you notice that, Baba? The Nigerian soldiers who are there, they don't get gun. They don't hold gun. But the terrorists were carrying their different weapons, walking about like that, playing with all the military equipment right there. They are playing with them, looking at them.
Same people who attack military vehicle, carry military vehicle,
ambushed military soldiers, slaughter them.
This alone, you see, anybody that is still like supporting Nigeria, thinking Nigeria will be better at this point, I think you should come off it, because they go. If you think Nigeria go better, you could just kill yourself with that thought. Now that thought now ain't go kill you. Amen. I swear. Amen. Now that thinking now ain't go kill you. Because now, if you look, okay, the northern part now, waiting they happen between Israel and Iran. Now, you consign them.
Now they are more passionate about it.
Them again.
Baba, what happened in Uromi the last time, right? Baba Sultan of Sokoto called an emergency meeting. They called the meeting of the northern state governors, all the northern politicians. They demanded the public parade of those they said they allegedly killed those hunters. But now over 200 people killed in the north, because you know, see that that's what they talk. If you tell them, say Arewa is not, middlebelt is not Arewa, they'll go enter you. You know now. Now, okay, if middlebelt is part of Arewa, how come Arewa just suddenly went dead, cold, dead? How?
You see, and you see, there are people that have been coming out talking about these Benue killings. I saw some kind of comments on some of fight where they fight say, when they kill people for Zamfara, Katsina, which I say, she Benue no be not again. She na the mad, all of na the mad me. I don't
understand though. I don't understand.
Benue no be not again.
I don't understand though.
But one thing is this, the hypocrisy. The reason why, see, to everybody watching this and what you know now, don't you think it's time for us to actually call for the end of this lie of one Nigeria nonsense? Like, we can stop lying to ourselves now. I mean, even if you have not decided to break up, or can we stop just like lying to ourselves that we are the same or we are one country when we know we are not?
No, they should keep holding on to it too.
Eh?
You know, say in cutting your mouth,
we shall see.
Now waiting the establish shop, now you go kill them, may they continue. One Nigeria, everybody won't go collect.
Thank you for stopping by, okay? You take care of yourself. Yeah. They.
Lafia. Sonu.
Now good day. Ahmed, you see, I've done me often. Okay. So this is Adeza from Edinburgh, right? Adeza.
Afternoon, my brother.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Right, you are from Kogi. Kogi is not far from Benue. And whatever is good for Benue may actually also be coming for Kogi too. For peace to reign, for everybody to live in peace, we need to part with our lands. I thought we were done with that, Adeza, but we are not. Here we are again.
Tinubu said he will continue where Buhari stopped. Buhari was unable to establish Ruga, and he himself now is telling us that he's taking up the Ruga again.
Yes.
You understand?
Because there is enough land to go around.
Good. One thing that amazes me is that the far north, who are actually involved in this atrocity in Nigeria, they have so many big portion of land.
Do you know the land that, what do you call it? The demography, sort of like Nigeria, is that 70% of the Nigerian land is located in the northern, in fact, 71.5% of Nigerian land is located, right? While just 28 point something percent of the land is in the south. But in this case, if we add the middle belt, in fairness, right, that simply leaves the northern part of Nigeria with substantial land still, all right, but they will be left with over 30% of the Nigerian land. Sure you get. But we are yet to see one single Fulani governor that build a Ruga or any settlement or any ranch or anything to say, this is what we are trying to tell everybody to do for them. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
We have not seen any.
I think I would like to commend the 30 of, is it 30 they call him of
the 30
who took time to tell the president eyeball to eyeball that as if you diagnose a particular ailment wrong, you will go to wrong treatment. And he made such a comment.
Yes.
Because he is not telling them that what they are saying is not true. It's the representation of the truth. It is not headers, farmers slash. No. It is what? It is a terrorist attack who is trying to collect their land. You understand? Just as you said earlier, when it's convenient for them, they will say middle belt is part of the north.
Yes. But whenever they want to slaughter them in the middle belt because of their land, suddenly they are infidels.
They are infidels. Now, the people who stage rally, even the leaders and the religious leaders, the social leaders in the north, over the killing of 16 people in Edo, where are they today? The former fourth minister of Buhari, who is from Plateau, who joined them to raise oil.
Solomon Dalong.
Solomon Dalong, where are they today? You see, there is a saying that ideas rule the people lack ideas. That's not, you can't give what you don't have.
You can't.
Since APC came to power, it is a general known that APC, they said they brought what they call it, this Boko Haram into Nigeria to take power from Tinubu.
Yes.
It is a known fact. people like the former governor of El-Rufai, they admitted to the thing they committed against the state.
Yep.
You and I know in this land we are, understand, if you misbehave, police eyes don't need to wait for the prime minister to give an order.
No.
Understand? He swing into action. I don't know, if you watch a particular clip I watched last week in this part of the country, where a police officer mishandled a suspect, a 15 years old. You know who that police officer was at? That he mishandled. I don't know either it's in it.
Just imagine when the camera is off.
Yes, I watched it in the news here in Scotland here, where a police officer mishandled a suspect, a 15 years old. They found gun on him. So in an attempt to try to collect the gun, he mishandled the gun fell on the ground. You know that the police officer for disrespecting the guys, for disrespecting him, and for not handling him properly, they sacked him. In UK here, but not handling him
for criminal stuff.
That is how they value the life of an individual in this part of the world. Understand? So back home, they don't value life. You read yourself into 4 years, 10. You have not finished the 4 years. You have not even made the people comfortable. You are looking to 2027. You don't know that you even live to see that every day.
No.
I saw some of the clips when this useless man, his friend, that Nigeria is getting better, and Nigeria is getting better. What is getting better?
They are
What
just mocking. It's like they are mocking the people. Do you understand? Like they are taunting them, making them see how they are going to react. Do you understand? Like, what can you do? Oh God, maybe all of you are just going to have to complain. Sort of.
The president's speech in Benue is a lack substance. Understand? A lack substance at all. In fact, if you have not spoken, it could have been better. Okay, you said they should live with their enemy, peaceful with their enemy. And they said they don't know this enemy. You know the enemy. Bring the enemy before them, let them settle. You refuse to bring the enemy.
See, Adeza, these guys are just crude, okay? Because I feel like if genuinely, right, they want peace. Now, this is, like in quotes now, they want peace. And they want to give land to this terrorist. The people said, no, you can't give our land to them. No. So what is wrong? I've given the idea of what happened to their own governors who can actually show us, you know what I mean now? Then, their own governors to show us, but again, federal government. So how about you secretly put some money in place? Like, for example, let's say 100 billion naira. I mean, they are using that to buy themselves computers and cars, Abi. So 100 billion naira and put it in Nigeria Mortgage Bank, Abin Kokon, so that everybody can go there. If you want to start a ranch as a Fulani review, so we may have, they could have a quota system in Nigeria anyway. So you can do a quota system borrowing. This is like technical and say, okay, you know what? Go and look for land wherever you want to buy land, and they are ready to lease the land for you. So there is a policy that allows you to lease the land for every 10 years. And the agreement must come from the owner of the land, yourself, and the government. Something that shall make it more like the indigenous people won't feel like they want to take their land, right? But at the same time, you want to sort of like maximize opportunity from the situation. So Fulani terrorist that says it's because he has no place to graze his cow, Abi. Here you get. Now, you can have money to go and rent a place to graze your cow, and it's going to be called a ranch. You'll be paying 10 years, what fee to the landowner, and government will be taking a certain tax from it to make sure that this continues. Nobody violates anything. Here you get. For some time, that can be a temporary solution. But people knew that they are killing them because of their land. You, government, came and said, land plenty, give them some. It is not about giving them land, because the process is not about land giving them land. It's about chasing them away totally, wipe them off the land that they wouldn't in 20, 30 years' time. It will be like those people never existed in those lands before, or the Fulanis. And the government wants to make that happen for them. Adeza.
Yeah, I think if I said it is the federal government that is killing the citizens, I should not be quoted wrong, because the same federal government who could not protect the citizens, understand, they disarm the citizens from holding arms, and they now empower the criminal to be holding arms. After they go and invade the community without no police intervention and the rest of them, and when these people rise up to challenge them, they see arrest these people, kill some of them, jail some of them. People now say it is the government that is killing certain group of people. I think we're not wrong.
They are not
for
wrong.
saying so.
No.
Because you know that the late Sonny Abacha said any insurgency that's more than 24 hours, government is involved.
That's right.
This issue has been going over the years. When they do when it happens, we thought they will find a lasting solution to it because of the heat the thing generated. Now, after 1 week now, this place will be just undusted and be waiting for the next one to happen again. When it happens again, they will go for
reaction, the same reaction again. Exactly. And guess what, right? They always go back to the victim and say, if you are taking our advice years ago, all these your people will not die again. They will not be dead now. I imagine that. And your government says that to you and say, we have tried to offer a solution, but all of you said no. What was the solution? Your land or your life? How is there a solution?
In fact, I was expecting the Benue people to stone what they call you when we go there that day. All those children that were lined up, carry stone, the stoning his cover and himself, for him to know how bad it is. Or that even the governor to take you out of the office. You know, as I offered some suggestion yesterday that see, until all of us come together, like as it happened in a Benue now, all the local government shut down. System shut down, no going out, no coming, until we find a solution. But then it's only people that are affected that are crying. There will be no solution.
No.
And also to tell those people who are warming up for 2027 that they don't know whether they are going to English to that year until they address key issues. Understand? They will still leave you, and they will use police and army against you.
To shoot you. I know.
That is what they know. Until they have a system.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to say round it up because I want to take one more before we go this afternoon. Go on, sorry.
All right, thank you. I think I'm okay. So those who are planning for 2027, let them go and strategize and make sure that even if they are going to vote, it is direct transmission.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube.
Sorry, I'm taking just one more. But you tell me, because I didn't put my headset on, okay? So you tell me if this my sound still very much plays well in the broadcast. Like it is not skipping. I'm still test running this streaming software, but I love it. It's beautiful, isn't it? It looks beautiful, though. I have another caller on the line. I'm going to bring him on in a minute. I need your help to tell me, what do you think? Is this smooth enough as a background music during our brunch time?
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Let's go.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
The African Wahala. Brother, how are you?
Yes, sir, my brother. I am good.
Very well, yeah?
I am very well. Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you so much, Baba. Sorry for keeping you waiting, though. All right?
No problem.
Please.
Yes, sir. I'm good. Although, we're all mourning Nigeria, the victims of Nigeria, Benue State, middlebelt region. southeast, everywhere, southwest, northeast. Everybody trapped within the geographical borders. We're going through it right now. And for those of us that have the opportunity to be outside, and we also have a lot of experience of Nigeria, I'm grateful that I'm able to share my contribution. Thank you for your platform.
Thanks, Oba.
The same way Nigeria,
we have you. We're hearing. Go on,
the
Baba.
same way Nigeria already failed us, and that's why many of us escaped from the contraption, because Nigeria already failed us completely. You don't have any access to basic amenities, no water, no roads, no hospitals, no good schools, no nothing. It has always been that way. But we've been able to adjust because those aspects of life, even if you don't have access to them, you can still function to an extent. Although you'll be living in poverty, but you can still function to an extent. We all provide ourselves with boreholes, generators. We find a way to provide to cover the gaps in these lacks that we have. Then now we are dealing with insecurity for the past 12 years. Insecurity is such that it should be the last straw. Or how is it said? It should be the last straw that breaks the camel's back.
The last straw, of course. Go on, Baba.
Yeah, because, right now, just the way we provided ourselves with generators because we don't have electricity, and we provided ourselves with boreholes because we don't have running water, it's the same way we have to provide ourselves with security because Nigeria will never provide it for us.
No.
Now, temporarily, pending when we are all on the same page that Nigeria needs to stop existing for us to have a chance, a fighting chance as a people, we have to figure out a way to provide that security for ourselves. So to the people that are in Nigeria, if you ever come across this, I know it's hard, it's very, very difficult, but please try and find a way to protect yourself, because the same way you're providing yourselves electricity, you have to buy fuel in your generator because there is no light. You have to provide yourself and your families with water because there is no water. That's how you have to provide yourself with security. Now, a message to some of us, we call ourselves Panafricanists because we love the continent of Africa and we are just tired of the way African people are at the bottom of the barrel. Perpetually. We've been at the bottom of the barrel perpetually for over 200 years. Right?
At the worst receiving end, though.
See, people are getting killed every day in Nigeria, in Sudan, Ethiopia, Congo. Nobody's talking about it. The only thing they talk about every day is Ukraine, Israel, Iran. Nobody gives a damn about us. So that's why many of us galvanized and became Pan-Africanists. However, within that scope of Pan-Africanism, a lot of people believe that we need a big entity, a huge one continent approach, or we need to be one continent so that we can be able to sit down on the negotiating table with bigger countries like China, United States, European Union, so that we can have a chance to be respected, which makes sense. But we, the same Pan-Africanist people, are the ones that are saying, man, we commend Niger, we commend Burkina Faso, we commend Mali for breaking out of the ECOWAS because ECOWAS is corrupt. And we are respecting the AES for forging a path for themselves and breaking away from ECOWAS. That is the same energy that we need to apply to Nigeria. We need to break out of Nigeria. We absolutely need to break out of Nigeria to forge a path. So if you're against the breakup of Nigeria because of your Pan-Africanism perspective, then it's sort of a hypocritical view if you're supporting the AES for breaking out of ECOWAS. If you're supporting the AES for breaking out of one Nigeria, that you're contradicting yourself. So when we say we are sick and tired of Nigeria, yes. When we become smaller countries, we are going to be less powerful. We are going to be at a disadvantage when sitting down with China, the United States in negotiations. Yes, that's going to be the case. However, as it stands right now, we are already there.
Yep.
We are already at a disadvantage, regardless. So we might as well break
regardless
up.
of us being together, like as it is. So
yes,
that argument is flawed.
And then maybe in the future,
says, you know, when you become smaller, sorry about that, right? So when people say, oh, when you become smaller, you become weaker, blah 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 blah. You know, they're like, no, that kind of argument is flawed, because right now you are one, but look at you. You can't even protect the citizens within this space, geographical space called Nigeria. They are on their own. So what are they going to lose out on if they are not part of Nigeria anymore?
We have nothing to lose. So please, my people, I know a lot of us, we say, oh, the breaking up is not the solution. Being together is not also a solution. How about we try something else? And I'm not saying that I know how to break up Nigeria, because I don't. We need a majority of us to have that same mindset and voice. Then the breaking up will be more realistic.
At least.
So if you are still one of those people,
walk towards it, sink or swim, we're on the same boat.
That's it. We can't continue this way in an entity that has destroyed 80% of the lives of the people at every point in its existence.
I agree.
Since 1900. Since 1900, Nigeria has been destroying lives. Mayogo, thank you so much, my brother.
Bless you. The African Wahala. Meanwhile, what do you think about this picture so far?
Oh, it's great. I like the way the comments are visible on the side.
You do?
And yes, I do. And the breaks, when you have those intermittent breaks with the music playing in the background, it's also very nice.
Nice.
Yes, I like it.
Thank you. Right? It's called assessment. What have you? And then you have done one. So thank you so much, Mama. You stay safe. Okay.
Yes, sir, bro.
Bless you, Baba.
Lórí Facebook.
I have another caller on the line. This caller may be our last caller this afternoon.
And yes,
because we will need to go and get ready for the evening, of course. If you stumble on this broadcast as usual, this is the brunch time with Mayogu, and it is supposed to be on every afternoon. So you can only know if you subscribe onto Mayogu's Diary Political's channels. From YouTube to TikTok to Facebook to X. And then you can be part of it too. It starts from 2 p.m. Nigeria, UK time. You say maybe that's 9 a.m. in Houston. Maybe 8 a.m. elsewhere, New York. So work with that time. And if you stumble on this right now, please like, share, and of course follow. Hello.
Hello, Mayogo. It's nice talking to you again.
It's a pleasure having you back. How are you, sir?
I'm very okay. And your platform is just the only place where smart people get their news.
Do you see? That means I have to keep holding forth, right?
Yes.
Because people like yourself, they want a place where go on.
Yeah, I feel so excited each time
bless you, sir.
I'll say I feel lucky each time I have the opportunity to to air my opinion and all of that.
Exactly.
Because there's so much that's coming out of this whole thing you're doing that you can't get it elsewhere, because every other person is they are God. There are a lot of people are God.
I know.
They can't even say whatever it is they have to say.
Like, man. So that's why I said I say to people every now and then that somehow, I don't know if I'm doing it well, but somehow I've started living my life for a while now, right? I've started living my life like today could be my last. Do you understand? Like, it's not because I have death wish, no. But every day presents an opportunity to make a difference. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. And if you keep moving it forward, well, the problem will still be there. And guess what? Today may be your last. Tomorrow may be my last. Absolutely. Anytime, or there's something that people will remember. That when you were alive, when you were here, you actually did make an impact. I want to be that person.
I played my part,
You get so when you live your life like today, when they say live your life like every day is your last.
The last day.
It simply means number one, you will never take life too, you know, like, then you will treat every human being with respect, especially those that respect you too, right? Then you will have this humanity in you that, you know, the craving for wanting to own everything will not be yours. And I'm so happy that I've actually gotten to that stage at a very early age. Because it means that if I die tomorrow, I'm not taking anything off, but I will die happy and say, well, I spoke my mind when I was alive. At least I spoke my mind. You know?
No regrets.
Please, Baba.
That's all right. Yeah, I just want to chip in a little bit. African Wala, I so much appreciate his thoughts and the way he's able to
an amazing guy.
Eloquently, present, his thoughts. But there's something I'm trying to pull out. We're not going to join every other person. Everybody should just be on their own. I don't want to be everybody in Africa. Let me sort. It's not that I don't want it. I want to sort myself out. Let us sort ourselves out. Let's take out the big log or the small log or the small speck in our eyes. Then we can now start looking at the bigger picture. Brilliant idea. Of course, we're a lot of us trying to put things together. It's easier. But with what we have right now, we want to take it one step at a time. If we're pulling out of Nigeria, if that's all we want to do, let us face it. If we have to probably change the government and see maybe from there, then we can now snowball it.
Any move that will actually change the status quo.
It has to be. It has to be an incremental, step that we have to start taking. It has to probably be baby step, But I want to be collectively go all together.
I know. You see, it seems that it's taking forever as well. You get, but people need to understand that except people genuinely says they are tired of this one.
That's true.
There is near impossibility of having something better. However, we do have those who knows that they deserves better, and that is just that their people are not yet. They've not yet formed the critical mass to overpower those ones who love the status quo. That's why we have to keep it up. We just have to keep it on until we have that number. Because something has to happen. If nothing happens, we are all done for. Forget about everybody's everybody's opinion about this, whether strong or weak. It doesn't matter. Something has to happen in Nigeria. Something has to change. If nothing changes,
something has to.
We are done for, man.
Something has to give way. It's so horrible, and I looked at the whole thing when people said these people should defend themselves.
Imagine a country where you are not allowed to defend yourself. Imagine a country where your government is disarming you for terrorists. Imagine a country where you are being arrested for protesting the killing of innocent people, and those who killed them are being met. I mean, they are organizing peace meeting. What kind of a country is that?
Michael, do you know Ukraine is fighting with Russia right now?
Yep.
Do you know Ukraine used to have nuclear weapons?
I know, I do.
Before the Americans came in to tell them you have to give up your
to give it up. I remember.
Do you know Saddam Hussein
that will protect you?
Nuclear weapon. Do you know Gaddafi used to have nuclear weapons until the West came in and tell them to give up their nuclear weapon? Do you know Iran as well also have nuclear weapons? And they're trying to do the same thing to them. No, bringing it back to Nigeria. They want us to give up which we've already given up already. They want us to give up on our arms, which we've already given up.
I mean, the government is doing that.
Blood suckers, so that these vampires can come in and
the terrorists are carrying weapons in the presence of Nigerian military. They're not born you well to put a catapult, put it in your bag. And they do stop and search. They see catapult in your bag. You will explain.
So I'll just prefer some form of solution. It might be a wild one. Maybe people might start thinking about it.
People said that the revolution that we are talking about must first start from the mind, the revolution of the mind. You see, that physical one that everybody will be like, you see, that's just, we call that one activating it. But the real revolution starts from the mind when when a lot of us get to a stage where we can no longer be manipulated by tribal, ethnic, religious distractions.
Aware, yes.
You are already revolutionizing your mind. Whatever they want to say, you can't, no, Baba. This is what we are aiming at. All this nonsense you are trying to get mine.
Let's don't fool ourselves. People are fully aware. People don't know. They know. But the thing is, who is going to start the fight? who is going to activate the fight? And this is what
the people themselves.
I'm actually trying to say. Things have actually, we have science and technology have gone so far. They've gone way beyond what we used to think it is. The Fulani can use bow and arrow, use cutlass, use machine gun,
to displace Hausa kings, Hausa rulers.
Look at it now. If we don't take up this opportunity, we're going to be screwed for life and we can't catch up anymore. We have to start looking into developing drones all by ourselves. Because the only thing you can do with drone is you can launch your drone without anybody knowing where you actually launch it from. So we have to look into that direction, because if this crazy Fulani start finding out how to lace a drone with a I'm not going to say warhead, with an explosive, you're done, because you don't know where it is coming from.
No.
So if we have to start looking, I don't know, with what I'm saying, if I'm not going to start saying it on the air,
I know, I'm with you on that, because there's so many things that you can't really say.
We have to be a lot of steps ahead, because the people have to defend themselves, because we have to go back home and educate certain people.
And enough, enough of, you got what I mean? Enough of us calling on the same people who chooses not to protect us. You know, every time they attack, we say our government should come and do something. Which government? The one that just looked away when you are being killed?
Because people, there are people that come to scout for this Fulani before they come and attack. We have to start building our own army gradually. Let them go and scout and know where these people are staying. Let us start looking for drone, how to assemble our own drone. We'll find how, we'll find somehow, we'll find a way to look for people that want left.
You first need people to have a connection to their country. Many Nigerians have disconnected courtesy of these guys. So something must come. You see, all these things must come from within. And that's why you see the majority of those that goes into their police, into the army, they are not going there because they love to defend Nigeria. It's because they have nothing to do. They need a job.
Absolutely.
Do you get what I mean now? So the patriotism, then they are now being treated so poorly. So you can't force patriotism out of people, right? It's a give and take. And that's why I respect Obi on some of his utterances. So Obi said, a country needs to invest in our people and then start cashing out the reward later. What does that mean? When you invest in their education, invest in their healthcare, invest in this and that, right? Once all of them are independent on their own, then what do you do after that? A booming economy means more money for government. But Nigerian, they are not investing in anybody.
I'm sorry. I think I think I have to ruffle this feather a little bit.
No, sure.
Because I love him so much. I love his brilliant idea. But your ideas will never work with this.
I'm just quoting him, not like his idea generally. I'm just quoting him that if you invest in your people, right, in the long run, the country will reap it. Right. You get that?
This is what should happen. He's saying absolutely everything he's saying is true.
You get?
But let me say something. You cannot plan with the Fulanis. They are not inclined with the way we think. But if it goes on with this Labour Party, if I'll come out to not vote against him, well, I'm not even going to vote, because what's the point going back? There's no point in voting.
Right.
I'll probably champion people that will vote against him. He should better go and set up his own party. With this Labour Party.
No, I mean, I'm going to agree with you too. Because except if everybody just want to keep massaging their own ego, right? So the Achilles heel to their move right now is that of Labour Party, but it is a conversation for another time. So thank you so much, right?
Thank you so much
for stopping by this afternoon.
Have a good one, man.
And you too. I'll see everybody later this evening. All right? You have a good one, sir. So let's call it a night. I'm sorry, call it an afternoon. So I need to go now. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I've had fun, and I've also managed to also learn a few things too. And I bet you did as well. So please like the broadcast, share it, and the next time we see is going to be the next few hours. All right? And I will see you then.
làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Máyégún dáyàrí politico. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Máyégún dáyàrí láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù máyé ń ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.